They don't love you like I love you. Hello everyone, Ryan here, and today I'm going to be doing a review of the new Sinjin Hawke album titled First Opus. Sinjin Hawke is a Canadian-American electronic producer, and prior to this album he's worked with the likes of Kanye West, Gangsta Boo, and Just Blaze. The track with Kanye West was the Wolves track from The Life of Pablo, and that was actually one of my least favourite songs from the album, but the production on his debut album here is completely different to what he was doing on that song. The music on this album here is kind of off the wall, wonky, experimental electronic music, which is the kind of music that I tend to typically love when it comes to finding electronic music. You can liken this album to artists like Rusty, Flying Lotus, Cashmere Cat, Sophie, and particularly for me the comparison really rings true with the short-lived musical duo Tonight, which put out that amazing EP back in 2012. An EP that I still regard as one of the best of this decade, and I think Sinjin Hawke certainly pulls a lot of ideas from that EP and all those other artists I mentioned too. Now, First Opus to me is just a lot of fun. I think this album has a lot of great moments on here. There are a few bangers, but it doesn't quite bang as hard as you'd hope at some points, but the instrumentals are really well crafted. There are a lot of glistening, sparkling sounds backed with these trap beats that really combine together to make some excellent sounding songs that really have this epic sound to them as well. Like, a lot of these tracks just sound so grand and just so big. It's really impressive how he was able to do this. And then there are points with these backing vocals that sound quite operatic, especially on the first track on the album, Monolith. But I think that combination is actually goes over really well, because a lot in this type of music you'd expect a bit more of like a chipmunk styled vocal, especially in like an artist like Sophie's music, but Sinjin Hawke kind of goes in the opposite direction and still pulls it off really well. Dawn of Infinity is this really strange sounding song that I absolutely love, and it brings me back to Glass Swords by Rusty, because this sound was very much prevalent on that album too. There's even a bit of footwork and UK bass on this album as well, especially on the track Nailgun with those weird little backing vocals, and it's quite good that Sinjin Hawke is using influences from UK bass as well, because it's a sound that isn't really around right now, but I like that Sinjin Hawke has incorporated it in this album too. The Prophecy of Martin Booty Spoon is a little out of place on this album. It's this interlude track where this guy is speaking. I'm not really sure how it connects to the album as a whole. It sort of feels like a bit of a mishap for me on the album, but you know, it's not really that much of an issue. It's quite a short track, so overall there's quite a lot here to love, especially in the production and the sounds that Sinjin Hawke is able to come up with. I would highly recommend this for anyone that listens to electronic music and may not have heard about this album since its release. Also, make sure you check out all those other artists that I mentioned in this video too. I do think this album is really good. I think it could potentially grow on me even more, but right now I'd say it's a B. It could make my year-end list, possibly, depending on what else comes out for the rest of the year, but I would definitely recommend this and you should give it a listen. If you like this review, make sure you subscribe and also like the video, and have a good day.